Hello, this is Nutt, and I'm playing The Last Door, Chapter 2. And it's time to see what's on the other side of this door. This door is locked. Yeah, of course it would be. Okay, so a large, brass, a large, bright, and ordnate key. I'm gonna take that. There we go. And that's the mystery, the door unlocked. Wait, hang on. Hello. Don't look into his eyes. Alright. Because what dwells in his eyes? What exactly? The deepest darkness. Right, I'll avoid eye contact. Which is apparently a common thing for me anyway, considering Spurges. Come in, my son. Did you think you could hide these books from me? They are just classic literature books, father. Socrates and Aristotle. Silence! Instruments of falsehood, you mean. Fallacies coming from the snake. Now, son, get on your knees and raise your arms. Apologize to the Lord. Pray to the Lord. Alright. It's Latin. Malum in se. In evil in itself. A strange eye-shaped symbol. But what is the meaning of the eye? Whoa. Okay, then maybe jump a little. And again. Eye of the bird. What does it mean? Huh. Missed the window. But the blood and the cracks and a set of crucifix next to the door. Lord, your eyes burn me. I do not deserve mercy nor forgiveness. O Lord, have mercy on my soul. Who are you sending me? Is it death? Is death to whom you are sending me? You're handing me over? Has that my hourglass already run out of sand? Father Ernest? Ernest? It's been many years since I last heard that name. Since... Oh, I see. Father, I'm here to be able to remember. You have to help me, I beg you. Please, entreaties. Sorry, I can't read that word. Petitions, praying, torment, my exemption, pastimes bring us just misfortune and pain. Father Ernest, I was one of your students. One of my old students, you say? It's only the Lord who teaches us. We all must follow his ordinances and disciplines. Get closer, son. Come pray next to me. Okay. A creepy image of Christ crucified. Exemptly, it has a dark cloth covering his head. Inexplicably, it's a cloth. What does that mean? The walls are covered in crosses. A mentally ill act. A makeshift altar coated in a dense layer of wax. The candles, having almost burnt out, only barely illuminate the room. Clearly the good father isn't quite good anymore. He has large burn covering his eyes. He is completely blind. Despite of his decrepit extreme thinness and paleness, I can still recognize Father Ernest. But he seems far away, like in another world. Glory be to the Father, and the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. It is as if in the beginning, is now, and shall be, and shall ever be. Now, my son, tell the Lord which one in his voice? Which one in his voice? The sharp sword, the wise quill, or the disciple pedal? Delicate pedal. The sharp sword? Yes, yes, that's it, my son. The Lord with his sharp sword transmits his wisdom, his power, and his punishment. And now, my son, tell the Lord which one of his holy path, the wise virtue, the endless blame, or the blessed penance. The blessed penance? No! 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 Your soul lives embraced by the darkness. And now, my son, tell the Lord, who are you? The faceless pilgrim, the gate guard, or the lost seaman? The lost seaman? Yes! Yes! That's it, my son! We live in an endless ocean of sin and blame. Now leave me alone. I had to purify my soul. Okay, button. Forgiveness isn't fire. Oh, razor blade covered with blood. Yeah, I can tell that's been useful. And it definitely wasn't for its intended purpose. Right, gotta wait for him to get to praying again. This is a stealth mission. Dear God in heaven, I feel for you, your light into my eyes. I will burn them for you. Dear God in heaven, I feel myself in you. Your eyes are in my soul. I will burn it for you. Dear God in heaven, I feel myself in you. My sword is in my hands. I will burn them for you. Dear God in heaven, I hate myself in you. My blame is in your heart. I will burn myself for you. I'm gonna leave this guy alone. I know you're there. Didn't you hear me? Get out of my room! Despite being blind, his preserves good hearing. I must be more careful when moving. Using the wooden stump as a handle, I can use this to cut. Excellent. We have invented a cutting tool. This will revolutionize the Western world. Well, this is the West, isn't it? And as we all know, the West is the best. So Adam West is the best. It's now to defile this religious tapestry, so that we now may access the old dawn. Oh, a flashback. And finally, our expert in philosophy, Jeremiah Devitt, shows up. Where have you been, my friend? We've been looking for you. Well, as I was just saying, tonight is the perfect moment for our next meeting. But I suspect that someone outside our group is secretly surveying us. Who is it? Turns me. My dear friends, it's Professor Glynn. You mean Father Ernest? Certainly, no doubt about it. Therefore, our dear colleagues, I have decided to change the venue for tonight's meeting. Have you noticed the lounge behind the small door of the dining room? I have believed convenient to borrow the key for our necessities. You already know at 12 o'clock you'll find the door open, and I'll be inside the lounge. That's it, my dearest colleagues. Visit ne quisquate. I'm sorry if I butchered the pronunciation again. I really do not know Latin. I remember that in the furniture we used some. I remember that this is the furniture we used to keep some of our personal belongings. Now it is empty. Are you sure you checked? The walls are complete disarray. They could probably punch through it if I tried. Fortunately, you don't need to do that, so yeah. A dusty mirror. Not more you can really say about that. I remember, this is the bed where I used to sleep when I was a student here. Well, nap time. Night night. Ooh, a letter. Mr. Rabbit was jumping through the forest in a warm spring afternoon. I see. Story time. When going through a bush, Mr. Rabbit ran into Mr. Wolf, Mr. Vulture, and Mrs. Snake, who were having a heated argument. Why does this story sound familiar? And I don't mean in the sense of I played this game before. I mean, why does this story sound familiar? Mr. Rabbit, curious, asked them, "Dearest, why are you arguing in this beautiful and cheerful spring afternoon?" Mr. Wolf answered politely, "We are trying to decide who of us will have the pleasure to eat you up." Mr. Rabbit, really scared, said, "But I don't want to be eaten. I want to live." "Well, of course you would, dear Rabbit." "And that stairway is covered in blood, isn't it?" To which Mrs. Snake answered, smiling, "That's impossible to happen, Mr. Rabbit, since we are all, both you and us, are all gonna die sooner or later. Don't you think so?" Like I said, something seems oddly familiar about this. Oh, whatever. Mr. Vulture added, "Mrs. Snake is right. We should stick to the issue at hand. This is getting late, and as you see, we do not agree. Do you want us to help us? Do you want to help us decide, Mr. Rabbit? Who would you suggest as the one to eat you?" Who's at the window? After thinking about it for a while, Mr. Rabbit came up with an idea and cheerfully said, "I got it. Why not organize a race? The first one to arrive to this forest clearing will have the privilege to eat me. No doubt Mr. Wolf can run at high speed, but Mr. Vulture can go flying and avoid any obstacle, and I'm sure Mrs. Snake knows all the shortcuts within the forest. I guess the competition is balanced. What do you think?" These people. The three predators agreed that it was fair, so they started the race and quickly disappeared. Mr. Rabbit, happy to trick them, started running at high speed in the opposite direction. The predators, who, eager to prove their worth, didn't realize the trick. And thus the invention of trolling was then. What? Rabbit invented trolling. Mr. Rabbit was far away from there, and he finally felt safe. He happy and proud of his cunning, but suddenly there was a loud bang. The earth shook, frightened birds flew, and everything went dark. The end. Since the first time I felt your frozen hands. Each time I move away from you, I miss your glassy, empty eyes. I miss your rough hair, your grey skin, your stench. But our love just can't be. It's an impossible love. Wait a minute, that's the gravedigger! No, not again. How long have I been sleeping? What was that all about? A nightmare I found a place in my memories. Oh just get going there then. There's a trapdoor, I believe. In a familiar room. And I think I just know where that is. That's right, through the hospital. Photographs of people, most likely family and friends of Red's previous residents. How are you? What happened to you? Are you alright? There's a rhythmic sound, like breathing. But when? Last night I felt an increasing pressure on my temples. Something dry and rough like tree bark brushed against my leg. I saw something on the wall, growling in the shadow. I lit the lamp, and there was nothing. The woman has fallen to an uneasy, sleep. It's believing. Right. Always to investigate the trapdoor. No, not the trapdoor from the cartoon. That'd be completely silly. In my disturbing nightmare, I was brought to this spot. I mean, you remember the trapdoor, right? So, the trapdoor. I saw it in my nightmare. Well, I saw the trapdoor on TV, but you know. From here spouts a horrible stench. There's something down here. What, did you see it? Did you see it? It was there, just in front of me. He was screaming. He shakes uncontrollably, his body racked with pain, and there's only one way to end his suffering. Yeah, it had to be used eventually. Rest in peace. The poor guy. The decayed corpse of a young woman. It seems as if she had been devoured by an animal. The balls are splattered with dried blood. So what the heck happened here? The stretchers used to carry the corpses here. Who's behind all this? I don't know, but I certainly hope they don't find me down here. Oh, a flashback. Punctual as always, Devitt. Now all that remains is to introduce our guest. You may come in now, Professor. Father Ernest? Though do not worry, my friend. I have invited him to join us this evening. The Professor genuinely shares our curiosity, and who better to complete our group than one of the most renowned theologists? Moreover, we mustn't stand those who are willing to explore beyond the veil. The moment we have all waited has now arrived. Please, all of you, take a seat and we shall begin the procedure. Soon the door will be open, and then we will finally see what lies beyond. Now I must ask you to close your eyes. You will feel a momentary prick as I inject you with the serum. This is sounding kind of like a cult to me. I don't think I was entirely wrong with that. Yikes. Even after all these years, I have not forgotten your voice. You are the fourth witness. I remember now. What happened? What is that we saw? The eye of the bird, malum in sea. What happened to us? What is it that we witnessed? You must tell me. You must make me understand what my mind cannot fathom. It was our curiosity that damned us. We opened that which should not be opened. In doing so, we shorn the veil that separated our world from his, in seeking vision where we ourselves seen by the eye of the bird. The sky of the birds saw us. It remembers us. It looks for us. It calls for us in its dark nest. From its abominable lair. All those years I have attempted to return to it, but I have no strength left. These poor, wretched creatures are too fragile. They lack the sight to return. Not one of them has returned. Only us, the full witnesses. Who are the other two? Who are the other two? Where are they? They disappeared as you did. I haven't heard from any of you, but I was seized by curiosity. I was absconded of my faith and deprived me of my sanity. Oh Lord, forgive me, for I have sinned. Nothing remains. All that I left to surrender. Surrender to him. Gravely we have sinned, and now absolution is to burn. Our only absolution is to burn in the flames. Malum. In. Sea. Well, that's certainly a way to go. Hey, it's a groundskeeper. Oh, it's the groundskeeper. Yeah. That groundskeeper was not quite what he seemed, was he? Uh-oh. That's the hammering of a coffin. Now I know how Stan felt. Except, I don't think Stan heard that part. Okay, this can't be good. The adventure continues in Chapter 3. So yes, of course, that was Chapter 2 of The Last Door. A game which is still in need of donations. You know, if you liked what you've seen in these videos so far, then I recommend, making an account on the Last Door website and donating, so that they can finally have the funds to, make the third chapter. So, yeah, until then, that should be all for now. Till next time, goodbye.